Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today we're going to have a look at taking down an air awning. We've got the Vango Kalari. I'm just going to show you this as a takedown video simply because on the back of the cleaning and reproofing video some people tweeted and some people commented just to say, how do you get it back in the bag? So I thought I'd do a quick video just to show you exactly how I do it. I haven't got anything specific from the manufacturer or how this is done. This is how I do it to get it back in that simple bag. So the first thing you need to do is to get on your phone and put in a good order for the weather. I always try and do it when the weather's good. So we are 2 days away from actually going, but because the forecast is looking really bad, that's why I'm doing it today. So come with us, stay tuned, and I'll show you what I do. So I'll catch you in a bit. So like I said before, these are my hints and tips as to exactly what I do to pack the awning away. A big tip that I'll give you that I use is I keep a table out. It just saves you bending down, messing about, lifting, and that's always the last thing for me that goes away because I find it so handy just to put things on. I've got a peg bag here, so here's the bag. It's just a common old everyday bag that I just picked up from somewhere with dividers in. Obviously I keep all my pegs, all my poles, all my little bits to do with awnings knocked down, and then I've even got a little bit of a coffee cup just in case when you get a bit parched, putting stuff down and putting stuff away. Everything, like I say, goes in there. Peg puller, all my various pegs that I've got, and then just my rag, just so that when you do get the pegs out the ground, just to get all the mud off, just to give them a quick wipe off, so then they're dry, ready to be used next time. So that's that, and then I keep the bag always to hand because that's just a massive guide for when you're folding it away, but I'll show you that in a little while. So one of the final preparation phases that I do is I have a quick walk around. Obviously the pegs are still in, the air beams have been taken out, I've deflated them and I've left those on the table as you've seen. I have a quick look around just to make sure that any lockers are all securely shut, and obviously the door. Because what you don't want is you don't want the awning to come down off the rail, to snag on a door, to break your door and to rip your awning. So it's just, I like to have a wander around just to make sure. I also take the step out before. But what I do is I leave the carpet down. Because I'm on a hard standing pitch, I use this just as a little bit of protection for when the awning comes off. I always try and roll on grass just because it's a softer material and you're not going to scratch or you're not going to rip your awning or scratch your PVC or rip your awning. So I leave it down for now. Some people take it up, it's totally a personal preference thing, but this is what I do. So watch me and see how I get on. So all I'm doing there is I'm undoing the clips so that I can take the twists out that I've put in to stop it making that flappy noise in the wind. So I undo those, take the twists out, and then I shorten them so that they'll fold up nice and neatly back into the bag. What you might think is a handy little tip is if you do get any of those problematic pegs that get stuck, that you just can't, when you've got your peg puller and you're trying to pull it out and it just won't come out, I use a twisting action which just loosens it from the hard standing or from the medium that it's actually pegged into. That sometimes is enough to loosen it. If it's been really pesky, then what I do recommend is get your hammer that you use for your pegs and just knock it side to side and just make sure that it loosens it, and then go back at it again with the peg puller. That action sometimes just jerks the peg in place, loosens around the base where it's stuck in, and then it'll easily come out. You always get one or two that are really well in, so that's how I've overcome the problem with a problematic peg. So that's everything all sorted now and ready to go. So the pegs are out, the air beams are down, the foam pads that cushion against the side of the caravan have been removed, the poles are out, everything's ready to roll. So what I do now is I just have a final walk around, check that all the pegs are out, and then I'll deflate it and it comes off the awning. And there's a perfect example. I've just gone to push it to make sure that it's free, and I've left a peg in, so back again. So to give you a better view of what I've done, I've just changed the camera angle here. So it is where you've just seen me take it down from. I've laid it on the grass. What I use is I use the two central poles that you can see here going up. I use those as a guide. So I'll fold everything into the middle and then use the bag. The bag's the guide. And there you have it, back in its bag. So there you go, and that's how I put my Vango back away, full awning in a bag. Pretty simple. This isn't meant to be an instructional video or a how-to. Like I say, it's purely on the back of somebody asking how do you get it back in the bag, so I thought, well, I'll show you my method. Hopefully that's giving you some hints and tips, some things that you might not have seen before. If you've got anything that you want to share with us, please put them in the comments below, let me know. You know, we're all learning together, so that's the whole beauty of the caravanning community. The last thing I've got to do now is, before this goes away, I've got to clean all my pegs, so that's all I'm going to be doing. So peg cleaning time and packing away. So hopefully you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.